Meeting come to order. Please rise for the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the Village Board meeting of May 12th, 2025. Roll call, please. Stacy?
Here.
Terry?
Here.
Kraus?
Here.
Gardner?
Here.
Beecher? Weisbach?
Here.
In your packet, you have the minutes. Looking for the date, April 28th. Thank you. From the meeting of April 28th. Are there any changes? If not, can we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call. Stacy?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Gardner?
Yes.
Weisbach?
Yes.
Does anyone in the audience wish to address the board? Okay, village clerk's report.
Total tax income received in the month of April comes to $251,105.99.
Okay, before we get to our reports, we're gonna go out of order a little bit. If we could move up planning, building, and zoning committee.
I'm gonna just run through everything.
I just want to get,
Building department monthly report is enclosed. Consider a request for a permanent non-conforming status in the B1 Historic District for the property located at 505 Gould Street. A motion is needed to open and close the public hearing. Due notice has been published and letters were mailed to adjoining property owners. So I will make a motion to open up the public hearing.
is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Weisbach?
Yes.
Gardner?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Stacy?
Yes.
So if you just want to go over,
Yeah, the reason for this is just for basically refinancing, I believe. If anybody has any comments?
yeah, so in the B1 Historic District, it's, I believe it is zoned business right now, but it's been a residential use for years. So in order to refinance, technically, if it's a non-conforming use, if it was to burn down, they can't rebuild it as a residence. So the bank typically won't let you refinance unless you can get evidence that the village would allow that to be a non-conforming use. So that is what the petitioner is requesting.
So nothing's changing, except we're just changing the status so they can get a financing.
Mhm.
Yep.
Nothing, like the property's not gonna change, nothing's.
No, the zoning won't change.
Okay.
And it used to be under the old zoning ordinance, this was just the village administrator would write a letter and that's it. But under the new one, that's no longer allowed, you have to go through the hearing process.
Thank you.
So I will make a motion to close the public hearing.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Stacy?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Gardner?
Yes.
Weisbach?
Yes.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve permanent non-conforming status in the B1 Historic District for the property located at 505 Gould Street.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Weisbach?
Yes.
Gardner?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Stacy?
Yes.
All good.
Concludes my report.
I'll call you tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah, I'll call him here, just leave me a message, I'll call you
Yeah,
back.
okay.
Next PCC meeting is scheduled for Thursday, May 22nd at 7 p.m. here at Village Hall. That concludes my report.
All right. Under my report, we're going to start with giving a proclamation to recognize National Public Works Week, the week of May 18th to 24th, 2025. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of Beecher. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals, who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector. who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in Beecher to gain knowledge of and maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the year 2025 marks the 65th Annual National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association and Canadian Public Works Association, be it now resolved that I, Marcy Meyer, do hereby designate the week of May 18th through 24th, 2025 as National Public Works Week, and thank the public works professionals in our community and communities across the nation for the substantial contributions they make to protecting our national health, safety, and advancing quality of life for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item 2 is going to be tabled at the moment. We don't have that ready for the attorney. I would like to ask someone to make a motion directing the village attorney to draft a BYOB ordinance. What we're going to do is take it to committee first, but the reason I'm asking us to authorize to send it to the attorney is because, first of all, there's going to be a lot of back and forth on this. Second of all, if we cancel the second meeting this month, we're not going to meet again until the middle of June, and then by the time we go to committee and send it to the attorney, we'll end up going for months. So would someone be willing to make a motion directing the village attorney to draft a BYOB ordinance, which would then come back to the board for lengthy
I'll
discussion?
make the motion.
All right, there's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion? Roll call?
Stacy?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Gardner?
Yes.
Weisman?
Yes.
Okay, item 4 is also tabled. The packet you have on the table does not show item 5, but the agenda was revised when village administrator sent it out to us. So number 5 in the packet is whether we should move the last meeting of the month, since it would be held on Memorial Day, or cancel that last meeting. What is your pleasure?
When we need to pay bills. I mean, it's a,
Yeah, I mean,
it's a Tuesday, so then whenever.
right, we would, if we hold it, we would hold it on the Tuesday instead.
Will there be pending issues that need to be taken care of regarding new police facility?
Could be, and we have a couple of options, so if we keep it open and don't need it, we could always cancel it. If we cancel it and need it, we could open it back up again.
I mean, I think we should just keep it. I mean,
Okay.
for Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, and we
It's
would
usually
just
what we
hold
do
it.
anyways, just move it to the next day, unless it's like Christmas, I think.
Do we need to actually make a motion to move it to that next day? Okay.
Yes.
Would someone make a motion to move the second meeting of the month to, I think it's the 27th?
27th, yes.
Yeah.
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
I'll second that.
All right. Roll call.
Weisman?
Yes.
Gardner?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Stacy?
Yes.
Okay, that concludes my report. Village commissions, 4th of July Commission, Trustee Kraus.
The next meeting for the 4th of July is the 20th of this month at 6:30 here at Village Hall. And as always, if anybody would like to volunteer, contact the 4th of July Commission or the Village Hall. We'll get you in touch with the right people.
I have the meeting is actually being held on.
Oh, it is?
I talked to Kenny today, there's gonna be a meeting in here already, so he said it's gonna be in the park.
Correction, the meeting will be at the park that day. Same date and time still?
6:30.
Okay. Anything else? I'm done with that, thank you.
All right, Youth Commission, Trustee Weisman.
Thank you. Planning is underway for the kickoff to summer, as well as other events and fundraising opportunities. And the next meeting is scheduled for May 21st. That's all.
All right. Historic Preservation Commission, Trustee Gardner.
Our next meeting will be Wednesday, May 21st at 6 p.m. at the depot. That's all I got.
All right. All right, Finance and Administration, Trustee Kraus.
Consider a motion approving the treasurer's report. Donna?
The total of the village accounts for the month of April was $4,661,930.24. The April month end for the commission and special accounts, $203,228.60. The two combined, $4,865,158.84. The April month end for general, $1,111,633.61. The April commission non-AP payments total $331,255.52. In there, everything normal. You can see the 4th of July, we did purchase the raffle car, but other than that, pretty standard. And if there are no questions, that would end my report.
So I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call.
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Weisman.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion approving the list of bills and payroll in the amount of $143,264.17.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call.
Weisman,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
And that's all I have for finance.
Okay, Public Buildings and Properties, Parks and Recreation Committee, trustee Kraus.
Oh, we're excited back there. Is there an update on the PD, the new PD? Still chugging along? Asphalt's been done?
Asphalt was done. I believe HVAC finished up today. They'll do a sprinkler test tomorrow. We have a punch list they're working on, and then we've got an issue with the garage floor, but,
They're working through that, right?
We haven't heard their determined outcome yet.
We've addressed it. We're
Yeah.
waiting on
Correct.
their decision on.
Possible
of what
resolution.
they're
Yeah.
proposing to fix it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
They have multiple punch lists that they're trying to work their way through.
I thought the last one got pretty much done. Was there another
We-
punch list after that?
we did I would consider it a final walkthrough last Friday, and a lot of minor issues. The biggest issue is the garage floor.
Okay.
Everything else is either touch-up paint or some floor tiles, a couple of those. It's very minor stuff.
Okay.
Again, the big one's the garage floor.
Do you have a tentative date, or don't wanna jinx that?
No, still, I think May 19th is
Well-
what we're looking at, maybe,
Move in?
yeah.
Moving.
Well, the other issue is we're waiting for Comcast to install a modem for internet service.
Okay.
That is, when we make the move, we need to be able to make the move 6 to 8 hours and be back up and operating over there. So they were out last week. It went to contracting. For some reason, they came out, they did the initial construction. It's been sent to, I believe, a site survey. We're not sure why. We're hoping to get that in this week. Tentatively, I believe we'll be moving half the furniture next Monday, but the final operation depends on internet access for both phones and computers. So we're aiming for next week.
Consider a motion to waive the formal bid process to extend the paving at the new public safety facility parking lot. There's a bid sheet in front of everybody. I think this has been discussed on several different fronts.
And even though we're waiving the bid process, there's a plethora of bids that we've had. It's just that we didn't set it out to do the formal process again, but
Todd, that's actually, the one you got in your hand there is actually the original proposal from the original bid process. The new bid is included in the board packet.
So this is not the correct price?
Correct.
that's not what we're getting, yeah, so they came back, that's who initially won the bid when we bid out the whole police
The
station.
building.
But since they finished, in order to come back, this is what they would charge to come back.
Now,
And then in the
yeah.
meantime, they bid it out through Workus,
So it's less than that?
Yeah.
That's always good.
quite a bit.
Okay. So I'd like to make a motion to accept the proposal from Workers Paving, the amount of $33,982. to extend the paving at the new public safety facility parking lot.
There's a mo-
Oh, I'm sorry, I
We
didn't do
have
that
to
one
waive
first.
it, we
Okay.
have to waive the formal bid process first.
Yeah,
So I'd like to make a motion to waive the formal bid process to extend the paving at the new public safety facility parking lot.
there's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call?
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Weisman.
Yes.
Now I'd like to make a motion to accept the proposal from Marcus Paving in the amount of $33,982 to extend the paving at the new public safety facility parking lot.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, any discussion?
This will more than double it, right?
It will, this will add, currently there's 12 spaces, you'll end up with 32 total on that side of the building. This is projected to take place next week, also weather permitting, so.
Okay.
Roll call?
Weisman,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
That's all I have.
All right, Public Safety Committee, trustee Terry.
Thank you, Mayor. Police Department's monthly report was included. Lieutenant Emerson, anything you want to add?
No, sir.
And EMA's monthly report is included in the report. Director Jaime, anything you like to add?
Yeah, I just want to put one thing out there. We're getting requests to do certain things 2 to 3 days prior to the events, and we cannot get streets closed and stuff, so I instructed Deputy Director Murray to put electronic request form together, which I'd like to have it on the village's site, our site, the police site, and that way anybody can tell them, go to that site, fill out the form, we'll have the proper phone numbers to get in contact. It just seems that things are coming in later and later, and it's hard for us to put stuff together. So I just want to let everybody know that this is going to be coming up in the next week or so. And then if anybody needs a request, they can go on the village's site, EMA site, police site, fill it out, it'll automatically come back to everybody, so everybody can see what we're doing. And then we'll have all the information to close streets or whatever they ask us to do. So I just want everybody to know that this is coming up soon.
So are you saying that they're not getting it in, they're not giving you enough time to prepare?
Correct, like today I got the request for the girls on the run for this Saturday, but we had the color run. I found out like 3 days before the color run to try to shut down Cardinal Creek, and I ended up redirecting them and keeping them on the running path, but it seems like everything's coming up last minute for us, and to try to plan to get 4, 5, 6 EMA people out there, get the stuff closed or get a map where they want to go. It's just, it's getting harder for us to control. So by this, we're gonna put this together. It's gotta be turned in X amount of days before. We'll have contact numbers, we'll know everything. Like today, I kept calling Joe Burgess back and what do we need? It's just, it'll make it easier for us to plan out what we're doing or what they want us to do.
So right now, do you have a time they have to get it in by? Like, it sounds like there's some safety issues coming up because they're not giving you guys enough time to
Correct.
prepare for
Well,
everything.
and for us to, if it's a big enough event like Girls on the Run, it's the whole, like they do the 5K run on 4th of July, there's a lot of streets that have to be protected while they're running and walking in the street. And then if they don't let us know, we have plans, and next thing you know, we don't have anybody out there for this incident. So I want to get it out there, and we haven't decided. I think 7 days is being reasonable, maybe 10 days. We'll figure that out. But he's working on that as we speak, that we can get it on everybody's site, and that way we have all the information we need. Because most of the time we're not getting information. We get out there, we start getting streets blocked and EMA cars all over, then we find out they changed the run, or they're not doing this, or they took this street out. It's constantly a struggle for us to figure out what they want. So this way we would have the maps, the locations, what they want, times, numbers of people that we can call if we need more information, and it'd be easier for us.
So is this something that means, I can't imagine that many different groups are requesting stuff, and I'm not asking you to name the ones, but is this something that you just go to group A and say, hey, you guys are submitting this too late? our requirement is, whatever, 7 days, or just to let them know,
Well,
because it seems like this
we-
is a newer issue.
We have not. But
But can that be done just so they know when this comes about too, so?
We can, but every year it changes, like this color run, it changed because I guess the teacher was off on maternity leave and somebody else took it, and they didn't know they were supposed to call us. They were just gonna run up and down Cardinal Creek and with no traffic control at all, so I think it's just way, if we can say, we can notify the school, we can notify the Lions Club, we can notify Beecher Rec, we can notify, you know, Youth Commission, you know, when they do their bike night and all the different things, they would know to fill this form out, and it would automatically come back to me, come back to the police department, and it can come back to the village hall, so everybody knows what's happening.
There's
You know.
just submit a request and put it on.
Yeah, it's just, I just,
Standardized.
right,
No, but if they do it electronically 3 days before, what's the difference, or if they submit it?
Well,
well, no, we're gonna,
I'm just trying,
It's
I'm
gonna be
just
7
trying to,
days, yeah.
okay, well, that's what I'm saying, I'm just trying to
Yeah.
see, like, to make sure that
I
something
think
doesn't happen or
7 to
somebody gets
10
hurt.
days would be good, and believe me,
Yeah, I
if
think
they're
that's
all
very
planning
reasonable.
this, they're planning way before that. So
Yeah,
we're just
trying to
asking for,
avoid anything in the future.
yeah, it's just to make it easier on us, trying to get our people out and about and, you know, so I just think it's been a long time coming, we put it off and put it off. And, I just think it'll make it, easier for us, and then everybody in the village knows what's happening, the board, the police, and everybody, so that way, it just helps us. So probably in the next week or two, I will get together with Jeanette and we will have the form and get it on everybody's websites and start using it, and we can notify all of the entities that use us, saying, okay, this is what we got now, you're gonna fill this form out, you know, and it should make it easier for planning.
Thanks, sir. The code enforcement monthly report is enclosed for everyone to view. And then I'd like to make a motion to accept.
Are we still doing that?
I thought we were gonna table it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Or
table that one, yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're on table number 4. I don't know if you want me to include any new information or new business or not, but as far as like an announcement, police department, EMA, I'm sure reached out to the fire department, but we're gonna be having the Special Olympics Cop on Rooftop for the torch run at Dunkin' Donuts. That'll be this Friday from 1 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'm sorry, 5 a.m. 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. And it'll
Long
be at
time you
Dunkin'
guys are gonna be out there.
And,
When are they starting at 1?
I don't know.
Sleeping on the roof now.
Get the morning run.
Give me help and set up. That concludes my report.
All right, Public Works Committee, trustee Stacy.
Thank you, Mayor. Public Works Monthly Report is enclosed for everyone's review. The wastewater treatment plant, monthly plan is enclosed for the month of March. I would like to make a motion authorizing the purchase from Core in Maine in the amount of $10,485 for a new Census 7501 handheld reading device and touch gun for reading the water meters. The current unit was purchased in 2018 and is working off the old technology that is limiting some of the reading capabilities. So I would like to make that motion.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call?
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Weisman.
Yes.
Okay, I would also like to make a motion for the purchase of a new SCADA computer and software from Energetics in the amount of $21,700. The current computer is a Windows 10 and will no longer be operational sometime after October. So I would like to make the motion that we purchase that.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call?
Weisman,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes. Okay, I would also like to make a motion in the amount of $11,158 for the purchase of a trench shoring box from National Trench Safety, the IPRF grant, in the amount of $5,508 will be used towards this purchase.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion? Roll call?
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Weisman.
Yes.
Okay, and then we have discussion of the replacement for the submersible pump at well 5. Matt, is there anything that you want to?
Just as you guys are aware, we knew this day was coming. The pump that was currently in there was rated for approximately 10 years. We got 13 years out of it. We knew this day was coming, like I said, especially with Lennar coming in with the 43 lots going in out there. We were kind of questioning if we should jump on doing this before it went out, but unfortunately, after our last board meeting, I got a SCADA alarm that we had a VFD fail, which the pump is completely fried, so it's not repairable. So we were kind of pressured into making this a repair replacement right now. Lane Western, formerly of Beecher, they're now out of Aurora. They have all of our pump schematics and everything for that specific well house, as they're the ones that originally designed and installed it. So their recommendation is to, they gave us two recommendations here, two options. A low-speed Hitachi pump for just under $151,000, or replacing with the exact same unit that's currently in there for $99,000. The one benefit to the exact replacement is all of our current VFDs that drive the motor and the pump and everything are 100% compatible with what they're planning on replacing with. If we were to go with the Hitachi low-speed pump, we're unsure of what the future as far as what other changes in the well house we may need. So that's kind of where we're at with it at this point. There may be some additional energetic SCADA charges, as well as some internal electrical charges that, for an electrician to come out and do some stuff inside the well house that may have to be converted, but hopefully that'll be minimal if you guys choose the option to go with the exact replacement.
Okay, I would like to make a motion waiving the formal bid process to purchase the submersible pump replacement at well house number 5.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call?
Weisman,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes. Okay, last item, I'd like to make a motion in the amount of $99,081.20 from Lane Christensen Company to replace a submersible pump with a 1,000-gallon per minute Franklin pump at well house 5. It is unknown at this time if any further costs from outside the electricians, from the emergency, will be needed at the time of the install. The pump has been 4 to 5 weeks, has a 4 to 5 week lead time after the order is placed. If I make that motion, that we purchase that.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion?
And we want to use it to cut the.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we confirm which, is it Hitachi or the Franklin?
It's a Franklin, yeah. The original verbiage in the
Okay.
agenda
So
is
we're going with the Franklin.
Franklin, yeah. Yeah, the verbiage in there is incorrect.
Yeah, the
With-
Hitachi is
Yeah.
$150,000.
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
I'm just trying to.
Yep. Any other discussion?
I was reading it.
Oh, no, I love it, because I wrote it down. Okay,
Roll call?
Stacy,
yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Weisman.
Yes.
All done?
That's all I have, Matt. Anything else, Matt?
At this time.
Economic Development Community Relations Committee, trustee Weisman.
Thank you. I'd like to have a discussion of the use of TIF funds for downtown improvements.
And we're one of the things we're gonna go to, one of the many things we're gonna go to committee on. We had a business down there that is gonna be making improvements to his building, and he wanted to put in for TIF reimbursement for it. And we don't have a system at the moment, we don't have a form, and these things are out there, we could get one from another town, but we wanna kind of standardize the process, come up with a form to fill out, decide on how much each business would be entitled to, you know, decide how much you're gonna give out and what kind of work. The type of work that's covered is covered under the TIF regulations, but we just have to standardize something, so that's something that's gonna go to committee.
Update on the wayfinding sign for downtown businesses in the TIF district.
So we authorized the sign at the last meeting, but I started calling around, so we have 11 businesses down there, and there were 9 slots on the sign. So I called to see who might not want a slot, and so far just Tony Masana is the only one that said he doesn't do any street, you know, business, so he doesn't, but that leaves 10. I haven't spoken to everyone, but we could actually have an extra one put in for the same price. The only difference would be instead of 8-inch print by 42 inches long, it would go down to 6 inches, and then they would just add an extra spot. So for sake of comparison, I asked Matt how big the print is on our street signs, and those are about 8 inches.
8 inches, yeah.
Yeah, so, and those are higher up in the air, so I'm thinking if we shrank it down to the 6 inch, because the, you know, the sign is gonna be 12 feet tall, I think. And the top part is gonna be for us, I would figure maybe 10 feet off the ground, 9 feet off the ground, it might be easier to see with the 6 inch, so that's kind of our internal discussion now. Are we just gonna go with the 10, which I would advise, because I don't think we wanna get into the situation where we have a lotto for who doesn't get their name on the sign.
Are you gonna do a lotto for placement?
Lotto for placement perhaps, or
Yeah.
even like I might even do, and I've talked to a few of the business owners and said, we'll notify everyone at the same time, but it might be, if Tony does the work, I might talk to him about a first come, first served, like when they pay.
To him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just, and they can let me know when they pay in order to, that way, because if you have a lotto for it and the person who wins the top spot waits a year to put their name on the sign, then, you know, you got a hole at the top, so I'll work something out. And again, that can go to committee too.
I also think though too, not to burden Tony, but, you know, if, you know, he would, you know, we should be taking it and seeing who are gonna be the top ones, you know, instead of seeing who.
Oh,
paid
no,
him.
I would just want to, yeah, well, but he could let me know who has ordered, you know, or they can let me know when they ordered and I can confirm it with him, you know, we'll discuss that.
We
He
do a lottery.
doesn't know about this until he sees the video anyway.
Just rotate them every week.
Yeah, there you go. We just-
Well, can we
See,
do,
making them out of magnets wouldn't be
I
a
mean,
bad idea.
I guess my only concern is like the first come, first serve is like, if somebody checks their email or not, and then, you know, I guess it's fair, it's all going out at the same
Yeah, I've
time.
thought about that.
But could we just say, if you're, send it out, say you had whatever, a week, 10 days to get it in, after that have a lotto, that way, we'll like, hey, here it is, pay, you have this amount of time to get your designs
who's
done,
gonna do
whatever,
all?
pay. I mean, the people, they gotta figure out what they want and if they're gonna send it, I mean, they're gonna let the village know either way.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Well,
have them contact you, say,
Yeah.
hey,
Well, they may not. They may just contract directly with Tony and then, you know, I've had one already say it depends on the price. Maybe they'll put a sign up and maybe they won't. So there's a whole lot of going back and forth over this. We'll send it to committee. You can come to the committee meeting.
we don't have a price determined already, though? Like, they're not gonna
No,
be X
so we're
amount
gonna
of-
pay for the sign itself.
Yeah,
And then, no, we do not have a price for because we haven't even decided what size they are yet.
do we have any rules on what they can put up? Like,
Just their name.
okay.
And a
No
logo.
emojis.
If they wanna pay for a logo, they can
Huh?
too. But
It's just right with the views.
anyway,
Any more discussion on that? Good enough.
it's gonna,
Hope so.
Yeah, any more
Nobody changes
discussion,
the name of
Tom?
their business.
so it'll go to committee, along with, there's one thing isn't on here, we still, also food trucks still have to go to committee, there's conversation about that, so.
Otherwise, the newsletter has been mailed, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. Any old business to come before the board? Okay, the only thing I have to say is I would like to give a big thank you to Dave Weisbon for spending your time. You spent quite a while on PZC, and then you weren't quite voluntold, but you know, have the spot open for village board, and you stepped up and you have done a great job representing the community. And I know you decided not to run again, but I want to thank you for your service.
Well, thank you, and I am happy to, be of service elsewhere in the village if anything should come up.
Oh, be
Like
careful.
for-
Be careful.
That's something right now.
Get on the Santa list.
It's on camera.
What have I done?
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to swear in the new trustees first. Should have said, did anybody else have any old business? No?
You gotta get up and get the chair.
Yeah, keep this out of the way. And the cheese stands alone.
Switch? You're good, okay.
Where the chairs go.
Gotcha.
Try to get a better picture of all the crap.
Furniture, yeah.
Can we go first?
Yeah.
We are going to do all the trustees together.
Oh, good.
So if you want to slide over here a little bit on the side of the flag and then,
Everybody at once.
do you want to be, or do you have?
Roger
you
gets
can't
to
do
wait.
it yet. That's right. Okay.
Sorry, Roger.
That's all right.
Okay. Raise your hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I,
John
Jeff Rose,
having been elected to the office of
having been elected to the office of
village trustee
village
Village
trustee
trustee
in the village of Beecher
in
in the village of Beecher,
in the county of Will,
in the county of Will,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of village trustee
of the position of village trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I'm good to go.
Sign your oath.
This I gave you a copy, and you can probably sit in
Yep.
Ryan's chair right now,
Or no, yeah, or in Dave's.
or Dave's,
Yeah.
one of those two chairs over there.
Yeah, yeah.
You're in.
You guys do it immediately. You're in, yeah. There's no time to think about it or? No.
Welcome aboard.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you.
Okay. Would you like to join me in?
Certainly.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Marcy Meyer,
I, Marcy Meyer,
having been elected to the office of village president
having been elected to the office of village president
in the village of Beecher
in the village of Beecher,
and the county of Will,
in the county of Will,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and will faithfully discharge the duties
of the positions of village president
of the position of village president
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
You're good.
Yes, so we're gonna, actually,
you know, vote on this one.
yeah, and actually we can, no, not just nice to meet you. So, as everyone knows, since the election was so close, I think between the top and the bottom, there was like a 21 vote difference. Between Roger and Jess, there was a 5 vote difference. It's almost within recount territory. So what I would like to do is, since 4 people ran for 3 4-year seats, and only 1 person ran for the 2 2-year seats, we have an empty seat. So I would like to ask if someone would make a motion to appoint Roger Stacy to the 2-year open trustee seat.
I'll make a motion to appoint Roger Stacy to the 2-year trustee seat.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, roll call.
Weisbon,
Nope.
He's like, nope, I'm out, nope. Negative, Ghost Rider. Had a wrist full.
Smith,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Scribbling all the notes.
okay, and then we swear in Roger. Come on over, Roger.
Thank you. This is a hard one.
Get the other right.
We do a revote.
All right, guys, this is a really serious matter.
Yeah.
Repeat after me. I, Roger Stacy,
Roger Stacy,
having been appointed to the office of trustee
have been appointed to the office of trustee
in the village of Beecher,
in Village of Beecher,
in the county of Will,
will
do solemnly swear or affirm
solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United
that
States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of trustee
of the position of trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Okay, welcome back. Sign your name over there.
Oh, thank you.
He needs an orientation and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, we'll get you set up.
All right,
A little bit.
I took a little sheet, which I emailed, you can grab the one next to you. I put a little sheet out for everyone as to what committees I'm gonna put everyone on this time around. And I figured we might as well do that tonight so that we don't come into the next meeting with everybody going, what am I supposed to say? So, if someone would make a motion approving my appointment of the chair and co-chair of the committees.
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, roll call.
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. All right, any new business to come before the board? No, nada? All right, we have a motion to adjourn? Go ahead.
I make a motion to adjourn.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
First motion is to get out of here. Oh.
Yeah, it's the best way to do it.
Best, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Smith,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.